All right. Normally I save this kind of stuff for, radio and podcasts and things like that, but I'm just going to address this really quick and then just kind of move on from it. So, we all saw what happened last night with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph and that whole situation. All right. Here's my quick 2 cents on it. All right. First of all, there were a lot of people that were saying that Pittsburgh should have ended the football game by simply taking a knee, which I can understand. All right. By the same token, though, most teams do in the football game by running some sort of play, whether it's a run play, whether it's a deep pass play or whatever. I was a little surprised that they tried to do something short. Regardless, a big part of why they got pressure anyways was because Cleveland, if you watch that football game, have been getting pressure all night long. Okay? First thing is first, I don't agree with Myles Garrett and how he took down Mason Rudolph at the end of that football game with that sack. I think he could have just let it go. I was honestly surprised that really wasn't addressed. I think he could have just held him up, and that would have been that. The other part of it is once it does happen and we see him go to the ground, Mason Rudolph is trying to rip off the helmet of Myles Garrett. And when he's going to rip that helmet off, he's only going to do one of two things, guys. He's going to use that helmet himself, or he's going to throw a fist. Okay? Now what happens is Myles Garrett decides, okay, you want to take my helmet off, I'm going to take your helmet off. And then from there, I want to be clear, I do not agree with Myles Garrett using his helmet as a weapon. You understand? I don't agree with it. And he does. He takes it way too far. We saw a lineman from the Steelers try and get in the way of everybody, Rudolph and Garrett. Mason Rudolph decides to take off after Myles Garrett, and we know what he's getting ready to do. He's getting ready to swing on him. And Myles Garrett then throws his helmet. After that, Pouncey comes in from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Garrett's on the ground. It looks to me like the situation's under control. And he starts kicking him in the face. He starts punching him. He starts doing all these things. So the way that I look at it, from top to bottom, Pouncey, Garrett, and Rudolph should all be suspended. Now, I do think that Garrett should be gone for the season. I think Mason Rudolph should get a 1-game suspension plus a fine. I think Pouncey should be gone for the remainder of the season because what he did was also an egregious act of violence. The fact of the matter is simply this. Everybody in that situation that participated in that was wrong. Mason Rudolph was wrong. Myles Garrett was wrong. Pouncey was wrong. This is all there is to it. And anybody who tries to justify any one action one way or the other is also wrong. Because the reality of it is even though Mason Rudolph is coming after him violently, it is just as easy for Garrett to drop that helmet if he wants to defend himself and just start throwing fists. Or do nothing. But if he's going to do something, drop that helmet. And understand, I've always been a guy that has said, look, let these guys go, because in hockey it gets celebrated, in baseball it gets celebrated, but this went too far. A helmet, as we all know, is an extremely heavy piece of equipment in football. And it's meant to be able to absorb the shock of a blow from the exterior. And now you're throwing that piece of equipment that's meant to do that particular thing on somebody's head. I'm glad that he didn't hit him with the crown. I think things could have gone a lot worse. But the fact that Mason is acting so innocent in all this is really kind of bothersome to me. You know, it's the old, somebody got up, tried to start a fight, got their butt handed to them, and now all of a sudden it's, where's help? Where's help? I'm the victim here. They all equally participated in it. Obviously, Garrett took it to another level. Right? A completely different level. So I think that Garrett should be gone for the season. I think Mason Rudolph, 1 game plus a fine, and I think Pouncey should be gone for the season as well. Just my 2 cents, and I'm not going to get too much into it. If you hit me up in the comment section, honestly, on this one, I'm probably not even going to respond. So there you go.